Hey guys, it's Adam. I'm doing a review of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I nitpick about, I don't know, maybe 100 things in the first 15 minutes. I saw this movie the day it came out in the theater. Didn't even have to wait in line. I went to a small theater in my hometown. Turn it down a little bit. Now, right off the bat, and I remember this in the theater, right about here I was lost in this in this in this scroll. I really wanted to understand it. I really cared about it and wanted to know the story, but it's like what are they talking about? And it says the small planet of Naboo. Now later on you'll hear Qui-Gon Jinn say he'll have to warn the Naboo. So he's saying warn the planet or the people. But we'll get to that later. I tried to find things that other people didn't say or haven't said, and I think I only have like one or two duplicates. So here we go. And I'm going to be pausing and talking sometimes. So just bear with me. Okay, right off the bat here, opening scene are two people we don't know flying toward a planet with ships that are terribly off scale and only stationed around the equator. So if assuming we don't know where this ship wants to land right at this second, but if a ship wanted to get past those ships that are on the equator, they could easily just go to the North and South poles and bypass what's it called? The trade, whatever, the blockade. They could bypass the blockade by going to the North and South poles.
Tell them we wish to board at once.
With all due respect, the ambassadors for the Supreme...
Okay. We can see the Trade Federation guy on video. So does that mean the Jedi are also on video? Why doesn't he identify them on his video? Or is it just a one-way connection? We can assume that, but, it would make sense to have it dual screen.
Chancellor wish to board immediately.
Yes, of course. As you know, our broadcast is perfectly legal, and we'd be happy to receive the ambassadors.
The CGI here is just terrible. It looks like a cartoon. Those things look like cartoons. On the left here, this thing walking by, I mean, that's a straight up cartoon.
GC-14 at your service. This way, please. We are greatly honored by your visit, ambassadors. Make yourselves comfortable. My master will be with you shortly.
I have a bad feeling about this. I don't sense anything.
Okay, so the young student has a bad feeling about this, but the experienced master doesn't feel anything. That makes a lot of sense.
It's not about the mission, Master. It's something.
They try to explain it away here, but they just, I don't know. It's almost like they screw something up and then they try to explain it away
But Master,
and it doesn't work, and then, that's pretty much the basis of the movie.
Yes, Master. How do you think this trade viceroy will deal with the Chancellor's demands? These Federation types are cowards. The negotiations will be short. What? What did you say?
The ambassadors are Jedi Knights, I believe.
Okay, it's been said before, but how does this droid know that they're Jedi Knights? Now, assuming that this droid is programmed to identify such things, a Jedi Knight is pretty specific. She could have said Jedi, but she said Jedi Knight. So if she's programmed to identify these specific things, why didn't she say a Jedi Knight and a Padawan?
I knew it. They're here to force a settlement. This problem I will contact.
And these characters, these Trade Federation characters, are just very offensive to me. My grandfather was in World War II, and he had a term. Well, they had a term for the Japanese. They called them fish heads. And I was offended when my grandfather used that term, and I'm offended now when I watch these Trade Federation guys.
Have you brain dead? I'm not going in there with two Jedi. Send it to your right.
Send a droid? Okay. To negotiate? That makes sense. Oh, no. It's to serve water.
No, I sense an unusual amount of fear for something as trivial as this protest.
Oh, now Qui-Gon Jinn suddenly senses an unusual amount of fear.
What is it? This scheme of yours has failed, Lucasfilm. The blockade is finished. We dare not go facing Jedi.
Wait, is that Palpatine? How did Palpatine get in this movie? That's interesting. He must be really old in the original trilogy.
It's not. Good? The Jedi?
The Chancellor should never have brought them into this. Kill them immediately.
This is my daughter. As you wish.
Kill them immediately. Okay, so first thing they do is blow up their ship that they know they're not in. That makes sense. And they just happen to have poison gas in those air ducts. And right here in the theater, I remember thinking, what are these? Where are the stormtroopers? Wouldn't they have humans first invented, and then invented the droids after humans? It's like backwards. It's like they had droids here, and then further in the future, they go back to humans. So it's kind of a contradiction. Oh, he said that was 4 seconds between when they put the gas in and when he said they must be dead by now. 4 seconds. I think most people can hold their breath for more than 4 seconds. And I hate how the droids act nervous here, as if they give them human mannerisms.
Check it out, Corporal. We'll cover you. Roger, roger.
What is going on now then?
We love this mission, sir.
Oh no, he gently knocked them over. They must be dead. Wow.
Ever encountered a Jedi Knight before, son? Well, no, but I don't. See off the bridge.
Yes, sir.
Don't be enough. I want to run because I'm here at once.
Now really, even if they are Jedi Knights, I mean, they could have just said, oh wow, they sent the best and brightest. We can negotiate with Jedi Knights. That'll really help these negotiations. Why are they so afraid of the Jedi Knights? I think that would have been, they could have looked at them as an asset instead of having this like unfounded fear of them.
Not survive.
Now Qui-Gon Jinn is cutting through a door that he doesn't know where it leads to.
That will hold them. still coming through. This is impossible. Where are those droid cars? Master, destroy it! Shield generator. Let's go. No match for droid cars.
They've gone up the ventilation shaft.
How do you know? How do they know that they went into the ventilation shaft? Are there cameras at the ventilation shaft entrance and entrances, or are there cameras in the ventilation shaft? But if there's cameras at the ventilation shaft, something as menial as a ventilation shaft, then there must be cameras in this giant room where they're assembling an army. It's like a secure location. There must be cameras or sensors there that they would probably pick up. And if they did catch them going into the ventilation shaft, then why didn't they just follow them in, or put everybody on alert, like put this giant army on alert to look at the ventilation shafts, because you can expect two people to be coming out of them. I hope it's not one of those poison gas ventilation shafts. Oh yeah, it wasn't.
It's an invasion.
How do you know it's an invasion army? This is the first time you ever saw it. It could just be doing formations.
This is an off play to the Trade Federation. We've got to warn the Naboo.
We gotta warn the Naboo. We have to warn the planet. Okay.
Contact Chancellor alone. Let's split up. Stow aboard separate ships and meet down.
Yeah, let's split up. That's a great idea.
You were right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short.
Oh, George Lucas. Oh my gosh. George Lucas is probably still laughing at that joke he put in there. But is anybody else laughing?
Sir, the transmission from the planet.
Miss Queen Amidala has at last we are getting results. Again, come for us, Your Highness. You're not with your people.
Okay, here's what they did with Queen Amidala. They told Natalie Portman to be, talk in a flat, deep, monotone voice like sometimes talk British, other times talk American, and that's it. That's perfect. That's good. I'm going to end the first video here, and I'll continue with part 2 next. So thanks for watching, and look out for part 2.